everybody, this is Richboywayne, aka the Specialist of Opportunity. In today's video, we're going to be addressing the OK Boomer meme that seems to be going around on the internets. And here we have a response. I think this is the third review that I've done on this channel, but people seem to like them, so I'm going to keep doing them. Here we have AARP executive on OK Boomer, OK Millennials, but we're the people that actually have the money. Ooh, shots were fired. A senior vice president at AARP, formerly known as the Association of American Retired Persons, appeared to provide a retort to the OK Boomer phrase that's taken millennials and Gen Z, I hate that word millennials by the way, and Gen Z. I wonder, can you identify as a boomer? I don't really identify as a millennial because I don't share the same views as most millennials. Most millennials believe in going on expensive trips. I don't, unless I can pay for it in cash. Most millennials don't care about paying off their student loans. Mine are paid off. I don't really follow the same way of thinking that most millennials have. And I think I'm going to identify as a boomer from now on. I wonder, can you do that? I think I can in this current climate that we're in right now. I feel like I can identify as a boomer. Provide a retort to the OK Boomer phrase that has taken millennials and Gen Z by storm. Okay, millennials, but we're the people that actually have the money. And that is the truth. Most millennials today are in debt. Most of it, of course, is student loans. And because of that, it's starting to affect the housing market, and it's starting to affect other things as well. They're starting to put off starting a family later in life, which is not a good idea. It's having an effect on relationships even. Blythe, I think I pronounced that right. I'm gonna call her Myrna from now on. See, the problem with these millennials is that they can't argue, they can't retort. If you say something they don't like, they'll call you a this, they'll call you a that, or they'll call you, in this case, OK Boomer, because they can't retort, they can't attack your argument. People nowadays, they can't attack an argument. So what they'll do is they'll make some comment like this, saying, OK Boomer, OK Millennial. I guarantee you, if I go online right now and I post something someone doesn't like, their response to me is going to be OK Boomer. They're not going to attack my argument, but moving on. But apparently her quote was taken out of context, especially on Twitter, because anything you post on Twitter can and will be used against you in today's political climate. Ms. Blythe's point is that the ad and marketing execs routinely pit generations against one another and overlook older people, especially older women, which I kind of feel is true. Because most of the marketing nowadays is not directed towards older generations of people. It's directed towards the young people, because young people are more impressionable and therefore they're easier to market to. That's not an untrue statement. Nelson said AARP deeply cares about the generational issues and income inequality. The social media reboot of Blythe's quote, however, was swift. Here's the supposed responses to this. Let's chalk it up to boomers gutting public transportation. After all, you quote actually have the money. Let's talk about why you actually have the money. So this person's an idiot. I'm going to tell you why they have the money. Because they invested in real estate and stocks. That's why they have the money. Let me ask you millennials a question, because I don't identify as a millennial anymore. Let's ask you millennials a question. How much money do you have saved up? How many investments do you have? You're making more than your grandparents did, but you're not using your wealth wisely. That's the problem here. And also inflation is a problem. But some of you out there are making well over $50,000, $60,000 a year. So I know you got money. Don't pretend like you don't. You can save up a little bit of that and put that into an index fund. Now, why you're not doing it, I don't know. I've seen your Instagrams. I've seen your Facebook wall. I see all these fancy trips you're going on. I see all these fancy restaurants you're dining at. I done seen it. You can't deny that you're doing that when you post on your Facebook and on your Instagram. You can't deny it. I will not stand here and allow you to lie to the people. I will not do it. No, sir. You are lying to the American people when you say you do not have money, and yet you go on your Facebook wall and you go on your Instagram and you got pictures of everything in every place. You cannot say that, sir. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. How is a person in that position this tone deaf? Way to be arrogant, condescending face of what people hate about your generation, boomer. Okay, what was the argument here? You didn't like what she said? She's tone deaf. How is she tone deaf? This is what I'm talking about. They can't attack your argument. These millennials nowadays, quote unquote, cannot attack an argument. They can't. Where's the counter argument? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the counter arguments in here, and I'm not finding it. That's part of why we don't like you. So you don't like the woman because Why? Because nobody's making any counter arguments, and she's telling the truth. The sad truth is that the boomers are the ones that have the money. The millennials do not, and part of it is because of the environment that we're in right now. The job market is part of it. I've talked about that in other videos on my channel. The real estate market is part of it. In a lot of cities, especially in my city, real estate prices have skyrocketed. Meanwhile, wages have not. So because of that, you're having more millennials who have to rent. They can't buy because you can't afford to buy. Because in order to afford to buy, you have to put down usually about anywhere from 3 to 5% down. If you're going to FHA, and if you're going conventional, then it's usually 20% down with a 720 credit score. Moving on here though. Hi, I'm Blythe Millennial here. I actually don't have the money. None of my friends have the money. None of their friends have the money. Where is the money? Oh, right, my dad has it. His wife has it. Their friends have it. Well, why don't you ask your dad for some? I mean, if your dad has the money, just go ahead and ask him. Hey, Dad, I need to borrow some money. I'll pay you back eventually. Probably never. That's what I feel like. I mean, if you say your dad has the money, his wife has it, then just go and ask your dad. You don't have to be shy. Just go and ask your dad for some money. There you go. I'm eating ramen to afford not to freeze to death. Well, why don't you ask your dad for some food then? I'm pretty sure your dad will give you some food. You don't have to be shy. Just, swallow your pride. Go ask your dad for some food. Say, hey, Dad, I need you to cook me some food. And he'll give you some. Of course, I'm joking here when I say that. So why don't you have the money, Miss Aria Nova? Why don't you have the money? Do you not have a job? Do you not make income? I find it kind of odd. Now, I want to see if we can click on her profile. Ooh, we can. Let's go to her page on her Twitter. Because I want to see. She says she don't have the money, right? But I guarantee you that she probably does. Let's go media. Here we go. I wonder what kind of car is that, by the way. It looks like a newer car. I wonder, is that car paid for? That's the real question here. She says she don't have the money. But I bet you she does. So she has a bunch of cats, that's for sure. So she says she don't have money. Well, isn't it odd how these people always say they don't have money, but they have pets? I think that's kind of odd. So she has 2 cats she's taking care of, but she claims she don't have the money. She's eating ramen noodles and stuff. I wanted to show you guys the video. So I'm gonna play that video, and we're gonna see what started this whole okay boomer thing anyway.
My generation and the generations after me do not have that luxury. In the year 2050, I will be 56 years old. Yet, right now, the average age of this 52nd Parliament is 49 years old. Okay, boomer.
So, she said, okay, boomer, to who? This makes no sense. Maybe I'm missing something here, but anyway. So I want to read some comments. Let's read some comments. So let's see how many people agree with me and agree with what I say, or disagree. I don't have a problem with the use of okay boomer, it is deserved. I have a problem with millennials not voting. The youngsters will vote when you give them an app. Just based on a single line of we've got the money, that is a disgusting statement. And I'm a boomer. How is it a disgusting statement? How is that disgusting? It is the truth. The truth is disgusting. I like what this guy said. Get good off the grade. Here we go right here. How is that disgusting? Well, you have one person who saves their money, lives a boring lifestyle that most people will probably scoff at. They're able to retire, versus the other person who spends their money, does not live frugally, criticizes everybody because they have more money than they do. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. We may have the money, but we have not done enough to slow climate change, make education more affordable, all the things that millennials criticize us for. After we got done protesting the Vietnam War and promoting civil and women's rights, we threw up our hands and said, we're done, your turn. I like what Babies in Cages say, which is, by the way, that's a weird username. Okay. Let's stop all the generational conflict. No generation is either bad or good. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. Can't blame a whole generation for something, for not doing X or not doing Y. You can't do that. It's based on the individuals in that generation. It's up to us. It is up to us. We cannot rely on the generations before us or after us to save us. We have to take chance. We have to take action. We have to be the ones to be the force of change in the world. The point of this whole article is that it's the boomers that have the money and millennials do not. So next time someone says to you, okay boomer, just reply to them, okay millennial, but we're the people who actually have the money. And I guarantee you, they won't be able to retort your argument, and they'll just call you some other names, and that's about it. So if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to hear future videos from me, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.